This is Gerald with Gerald's Digital Camera Repair Service. First of all, I'd like to thank you for watching my video on how to repair your digital camera. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us at repair@geraldsdigitalcamera.com. Attention, Gabe Brown. You should only need 3 tools to complete this repair. You'll need a 000 Phillips screwdriver, a standard kitchen butter knife, and a pair of tweezers or needle nose pliers with smooth jaws. Should you run into a problem making this repair, we can repair it. Our prices are reasonable, and all of our repairs come with a 60-day warranty. The first thing we want to do is remove the 2 side screws. If you'll notice the little tab up on the top, there's a screw underneath there where the top hand is pointing. If you look on the opposite side of the camera, you'll see there are 2 more screws that hold the covers on where the fingers are pointing. Look at the bottom of the camera and you'll see there are 2 more screws. So there's going to be a total of 6 screws in all for the covers. As soon as you get those screws out, if you'll turn the camera over, the top plate comes off first. That's so you can get to the back plate, which is an entire piece. Here's a picture of the top plate once it's been removed. Now we're ready to take off the back plate. This is a little challenging. Normally the back plate comes off and the side covers stay on and it's fairly easy. In this case, it's not that easy. You have to really wiggle and jiggle to get this thing off. But start with the bottom and just work your way up. I've found that this is a good place to use that butter knife. If you'll stick the butter knife in and sort of pry up gently as much as you can where I've got the fingers pointed, that'll give you a little head start on that. Don't get discouraged trying to get this thing off. It will come off. You just got to be patient and keep wiggling and jiggling and using that butter knife to loosen it up. This is a picture of the back cover once you've got it separated from the main body of the camera. The connector for the LCD screen is underneath this option pad plate. So we're going to start removing it. First thing we need to do is go ahead and take out the 2 screws indicated by the fingers. The top plate is next. We're going to pick it up and gently lay it to the side. It is connected with the wires just above the finger on the right-hand side that you see. You're going to have to just wiggle and wiggle a little bit. It's only held on by a couple of plastic clips. This is what it'll look like underneath the top plate once you've got it picked up and moved off to the side. The next step is to go ahead and disconnect the flash unit from the top plate option pad. You'll see the finger is pointed in the area we're going to be working in. If you look close, you'll see that there's a locking clip on the corner of the flash unit where the finger is, and there's a tab that you have to pick up, a little plastic locking tab. Use caution when picking that up so you don't break it off. You can also use the butter knife for that. It fits in there well. You're looking at the flash connector cable once it's been disconnected from the clip. The next step is to remove this screw that the finger is pointed to. Once that screw is out, we want to lift up the top plate option pad so that we can get to the next screw that needs to be taken out. Use caution when picking up this option pad. It's delicate and we don't want to tear it. We only have 1 more screw to go to get this off. You can see where the finger is pointed. We'll take that screw off. Then we'll be able to separate the entire option pad from the camera body. Lift it off gently when you're doing this. but this is what it'll look like once it's separated. Another picture of everything once it's been separated. This is what the camera body should look like once we've got the option pad taken off. The finger is pointing towards the locking tab that's locking the connector cable from the LCD to the circuit board. Lay the LCD flat on the table there so you can get to it easily. We're going to go ahead and disconnect that LCD from the circuit board. We're going to use the butter knife again to lift up the thin plastic locking tab that locks the connector cable to the circuit board. Make sure when you do this that you're very gentle with it, because that little plastic tab is awful fragile. Now that you've disconnected the LCD, we'll continue on. Now we're ready to go ahead and take off the plate that holds the LCD on. If you'll notice, there's a total of 7 screws that need to be taken out. I've put the little hands showing where each one is. Once you get the screws out, you can see it exposes the back of the circuit board, lens unit, and flash unit. The flash unit will come first. We're going to go ahead and take that off because it's already disconnected and it should just fall off with your hand. Now we're going to disconnect the lens unit from the circuit board. Look really closely at the clips there. It's an unusual clip. If you look close, you'll see where the butter knife is. This is a close-up of that same area we're talking about, so it'll give you an idea of what we're talking about on that clip. Do this one and then do the one underneath it, and that should release them both. Believe it or not, you're halfway through. All you got to do is put the camera back together again. As you can see, we have both the lens and the circuit board separated, and that should take care of it. I really appreciate you watching the video. Hopefully this is going to help you make the repair. Remember that if you need us, we're here. All you have to do is email us, and we'll try to answer any questions that you have. Appreciate if you leave a comment. Let me know how you feel about the video and whether or not it helped you. Thank you. If you do decide to email us, just make it attention to Gabe Brown. That's Gabe Brown, and he can take care of all your questions.